All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Test This Tech. Wanted to show you guys The Witcher 3. Working on here. I did have to make some pretty significant adjustments here to kind of force this thing to run, but I'll show you guys what I did. So, compatibility layer there, as you can see the settings Proton.9 ARM64X3. I'm using Extreme for the translation parameter to really push this thing. Turnip driver, for some reason, 25.0.0 revision 5 has been kind of all across the board pretty compatible with a lot of games. So I just kept it there. This is the DXVK version I've used. The DXVK 2.6 ARM64 you see a sync. And then the VKD3D version I'm using there. CPU translator, I'm using that. The effects 2025 910. I'm assuming that's the date of when this was updated. Could be wrong though. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using this negative DX11. I saw that from Richard Handles 24. Shout out to him. So I just use it for a lot of the stuff. And I don't even know if that's working or not. But 720 and then components. I do have some stuff installed on here, but these seem to not really work, it seems like. So base is at least there. And yeah, so let's boot it up. Now, typically, what I get on this, the first time I boot it up, a lot of the times it goes through all the motions, um, and then it'll say application launched, and then it'll say application exit. And then I have to close Gamehub, and then I have to reopen it. So that has kind of been the pattern in which I've been able to run this thing. I usually don't see, usually doesn't stay on that page for that long, but you just never know. So yeah, usually the first time I run this, it'll log in, it'll say entered, application launched, and then exit. And then when I launch it for the second time, it'll boost. It'll go in, but then it'll give me a path error. But once I click OK, it still proceeds to open the game. Um, it's very odd, but it does. Once it goes through that, it does run, and I'll show you guys. Obviously, it running. Um, it's funny because I have it pushed on extreme through Gamehub, but the settings for The Witcher I have it at low settings. Um, but it does the job. So as you can see, this kind of fights me here. This application launched section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit. Let's see, quit this. Go back in. Exit that. Or cancel. Go back in this sucker. See? So it gives me the path not found, but when I hit OK, it proceeds to start everything up. I did have FSR2 running, a part of the settings as well, and it actually, it definitely did the job. How the game runs, which I'll show you here in a second, it doesn't run it 100% to its capacity. There is a couple of different textures that flicker, but as far as for the flow of the performance of it, it actually runs. It actually runs, and I would say even at a playable state as well. Skip through this nonsense. Okay, here we go. So we'll go to contain. Actually, let me show you the options here. Video. Turn the just a tad down. We'll go to graphics. So I have it at low settings. I don't know why it's a XESS. That is not what I wanted at. Okay, FSR2 balance. That's what I set it at. And then everything else is off pretty much. Dynamic resolution's off, sharpening's off, screen space reflections is low, motion blur is off, bloom is off, depth of field is off. Chroma conversion I put on, I probably can just turn it off actually. Um, and yeah. I usually just let this ride just so it's loading everything else. Another thing too, typically I put this into high performance when it came to the CPU, but it still kind of ran about the same when I had it at standard. I would say probably it'd be best to put it into performance mode. I'm going to show you without, and then I'll put it into performance mode, and you guys tell me if it makes a difference. Quest updates. So you're right now rocking like 20 frames, which isn't bad. I feel like the frames per second is a little faster than what it portrays, but I'm gonna up the ante here. Oh yeah, have it on performance mode. So I'm gonna put it at high performance. Okay. So now I'm looking at 23, 26. So if I were to run here, 27. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning into the 30 frames now. But I mean, just kind of looking. I mean, it's running. You know, some things flicker in and out, but I would say it's relatively tolerable. You know, music, the audio is pretty consistent. Um, you know, so I mean, if I were to, motion's pretty fluid. So yeah, I mean, I would say this is definitely a playable state. Roach, my guy. Okay, perfect. Actually, this is actually exactly what I wanted. So this is where I could probably get to see more flickering. So yeah, I mean, this is playable. It looks pretty decent. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, bud. 27 frames a second. And then even at this extreme performance, I feel like it's not super loud. To me, it's relatively tolerable. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting almost 30 frames a second. Um, yeah, a couple flickering in the sky there, as you can see. So, so yeah, some people are pretty sensitive to it, to that. Um, in other notions, it may not, it might be fine. But yeah, wanted to show you guys this again. Witcher 3, you can play it on the Odin 2. It's just through via Gamehub. Um, anyway, there you go. That's this tack. I'll catch you guys next video. Thanks a lot.